Hear me, sorry. Hey, let's start again. Welcome. Welcome to Take Two to Tuesday, September 17th. Sorry about that. I forgot to hit my mic. My fault. Hopefully you can hear me now. Well, welcome. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day halfway through September here. Let's see what's new. We shipped the card kit yesterday. If you are a Card Kit Club member, your card kit is on its way. Hopefully you received a notification. Let's see what else. Stephanie, did you see Stephanie on HSN today? Yeah, she was on at, if you were on the East Coast, 10 a.m. And here on the West Coast, it was 7 a.m. So I did get to watch that. I think she did awesome. I'm very proud of her. It was fun to see her back on there. I know she loves to do that. That's her thing, to be able to go on air and present things like that. She's really good at it, I think. So we're proud of her, and we're happy to have all of you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is great here in Southern California. Last week we were in the super duper heat wave, but today is nice and cool. Let me fix some things over here. Turn that banner off. If you see that banner down at the bottom, yes, we are getting closer to our 15th year anniversary celebration here in Southern California. It's going to be on, Saturday, October 12th. We're going to have a fun open house here. You got to get a ticket ahead of time because we need to know how many people are coming. But we plan on demoing, and Stephanie will have some brand new items here. I'm sure they'll be on flash sale. We're going to have a fun lunch. We've got that all set up. And if you have a ticket, you're going to get a nice swag bag. And what else? Yeah, we really want you to come. I think we're getting closer. I saw the ticket numbers are starting to dwindle down. So if you haven't picked up a ticket, we can't just sell an endless amount because we have a limited amount of space here. So we want you to come, but make sure you get your ticket because, one, we want to know that you're going to be here. And then two, we want to make sure we have enough food and we have enough of the goodie bags and all that kind of fun stuff. So we're looking forward to that. Saturday, October 12th, get your ticket, get signed up, and we are looking forward to having a fun time here. Yeah, I got my hat. Stephanie has a pink version. I don't know if she has shown that to you yet, but we might get these on the website. Does anybody like pink or black? Do you have a favorite? Let me know. We haven't decided if we're going to add these or to the website or not. Still up in the air. We'll see if there's a demand for it. What else? We're going to have some fun today. I have a bunch of different dies to look at. We have a word die, a fold-it, and also just a little fun kind of design one. So a little bit of everything. We'll have some chat here. And it's super important that, I'll do some questions. I would love for you guys to jump in the chat. I can't always see what is happening over there on the chat, but I will try to peek every once in a while. But if you answer the questions, that helps us a lot because it gets more activity and more interest in our videos. And then if you watch this at a later time or you just want to post some comments later, do that in the section down below the video. Like if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, if it shows up as a post, just post some comments because answer the questions that were in the video or just whatever you want to say. If you have a question for us or you just want to comment on something, it gets us more notice, the more activity there is. So that is important if you're watching later. If you join us late, this is recorded, so it will get reposted again and it'll also be on YouTube and Facebook all the time. So you can zoom back and you can rewatch it again, or maybe you missed something, you can jump back in. Carol says she still has some rooms at the Hampton Inn for our event coming up in October. So I think you can contact Carol Stoller on Facebook, I think, is how you'd want to contact her, I think. So yeah, we have that. We'll have what did I say? I told you already about the 12th. So what else? So the card kit shipped yesterday. Here is our card kit. This is called the Holly Jolly holiday kit. And this was shipped yesterday. Maria and myself, we got it all boxed up. See all that fun stuff in there. It is on the way to you if you're a Card Kit Club member. If you're not in the club, this might be a time to join up. This is really great. Holiday kind of themed, but gingerbread, you could decorate just for about any time of the year. And so that will be fun. You want to get in on that. What is going on with, I think my lighting is going in and out. I don't see any lights blinking here, but so that is available on the website. If you haven't been on the website in the last couple days, we did add some new items on the 15th. I want to show you this one. It will get stocked again, but right now it's sold out. It is the faux twine set. There's that one. And I know it's sold out, but it will come back to the website. And I also know that the Christmas wax set is out. I'm not sure if Stephanie's going to reorder that one. This one will get reordered. So when you go on the website, and maybe I'll show you where that is when we go look at some of our items, you can click on, so there's a little faux twine there. Either way with that one. There's a little notify me button that you can punch underneath these. It'll send you an email when the item gets back in stock. So make sure you do that. And then this one is still, whoops, I dropped one of the samples. Hang on. This one is still on the website, but getting low. So this is the Angel Fold-it. If you like this one, get your order in soon. I think there's around 20 or 30 of these left. And so you can put it on a card front like that, or you can make it a little folding card. So you have a couple different options with that one, all right? So that's on the website. Here's the fold on the side. Of course, you can also do the fold on the top. So a couple options on that one, all right? So that's the Angel Fold-it. It's an A2 size card. We'll get going here in just a minute. I want to remind you, if you stay for the good news segment at the end, we are going through our Bibles, and we are in Matthew chapter 6. If you're following along, I hope you are reading. It's a good chance to kind of get used to reading our Bibles. And we're just going through all of Matthew. And right now we're in Matthew 6. And it's part of the Sermon on the Mount. And so we'll scan over it briefly, the whole chapter, and then we'll pick out one little section that we want to focus on. So if you have a Bible app on your phone or a tablet, or you have a real Bible with you, get ready for that. Matthew chapter 6. We'll do that a little bit later. All right, I think we should get started. I see some votes for black and pink hats. I can't figure out why I keep lighting up and then getting dark. So my camera is doing something different today that I wasn't prepared for. So it's just kind of has a mind of its own. But let's see. Let's grab our items here. What else do I have to show you? I mentioned that. Anything else on my list before we start? Said the card kit. I told you about Stephanie. So if you're watching, she'll be on again later today, okay, at 7 p.m. Eastern, which will be a great time. And that's 4 p.m. if we are on the Pacific time, all right? She'll be in that hour. I don't know if it's at the beginning or towards the end, but I think she has 3 items to show to you. And let's see what else. I was trying to download the HSN video from earlier today. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that yet. So if it gets posted on HSN and I'm able to download it, somehow I'll get it onto our YouTube channel and also onto Facebook. So if you guys want to watch, but if you just go to HSN and go like to the TV guide or show guide or something, it'll show each of the hours and you'll see the Stamps of Life listed there, and the video should be listed there too. And then you can watch that if you missed it earlier. So I think you'll like it. It's fun to see Stephanie on TV. Okay, let's get going. What do we have here? I think I can find our items. Yes, I have some overlap. Which one do we want first? Let's go for this one. All right, this is our Happy New Year die set. It is from, what is it? I can't see that. It's November of 2020. I think all of these are from November of 2020. So this is a popular month. About 4 years ago, these items were released on the Stamps of Life website. So a lot of you might have these already. And again, if you are new to Take Two Tuesday, what we do here is once a week, we go back in time and we look at some dies or stamps, some items from the Stamps of Life that perhaps some of you have purchased already. Maybe you've been a Stamps of Life customer for a long time or a club member, and you already have these items, but you've kind of forgotten about them. So this is a reminder to you that you want to use some of those items that you already have. And then for you who are new to the Stamps of Life, this is something that will kind of seem brand new to you. So that kind of makes it fun. So something new for some of you, or a reminder, refresher for others. Let me find the die set. What did I do with that? That will be bad if I don't have the, oh, here we go. So this is the Happy New Year word die set. It doesn't look like much there, right? But we'll go over and die cut and have some fun with that, figure out what we're doing. But I do have a couple nice samples. So this looks like maybe it was from a table decoration or something like that. So you have an option to do that. You're going to get the shadow die and also the words right there in the center. So that's a nice combination. You can, of course, use the words either way. You have the option to use the dies or not. Either way, that is up to you, okay? I'm sorry, not use the dies, but use the shadow or without. So here's another one where it's got the, well, let me show you over here on that. That one I couldn't show you on my little table, but here I can. And then we'll check this out on the website too. Switch over here. Hopefully this will pick up. And there's your Happy New Year using some Stamps of Life pattern paper ideas there. So it's real easy. I'm sure you guys all have pattern paper from us or maybe another company that you can put to use. That's one way to do it. And this is nice. I always, again, these are kind of my favorites when we get the glitter and the foils. Just adds a little extra. You can't really see the sparkles here, but it should be really sparkly. There we go. So there's an option. Now 2021, we are in 2024, so don't make that. Now we're just a few weeks away from New Year, right? Isn't the year going by super fast? And here's another nice glittery one. No shadow used on this one. That's another option. And then one more. This one's pretty too. Again, you see lots of foil and lots of glitter used on these or the pattern paper option too. So there's a few that I had here with me. Let's check it out on the website. We will find that. Give me 1 second here. Switch over to that. And there we go. Okay, over on the website, this is the Funky Bold Happy New Year die set from, again, Stamps of Life in November of 2020. Let's see, what else? It only has 2 dies, the shadow and the word, so that's going to do everything. And then you've got your samples here. That's the die set you get. Now, we just saw that. I think we might have, yeah, we've seen these samples so far. That's a really nice one there. And that was our table. A couple extras here. Here we go. Some fun. I didn't have that with me. And then just the word sample itself. There is a video down there below. And I think you'll see a few other options. Happy anniversary, happy retirement, a few different options. Birthday, Thanksgiving. You got your party hat. Words for toasting. That's good. And yeah, I do recommend adhesive sheets are real important with this because the dies are really, your die cuts are fine. And if you have the adhesive on it, you don't have to go back and roll the adhesive on it again. It makes it a lot easier. So if you are using these, you really might want to have the adhesive sheets. Check over here on the chat. What else? Okay, well, my question from this section, I did have a question. Let me see if I can recall what I was going to ask you guys. Oh, you know, every month, I know we've talked about this before, they have all these crazy celebrations each month that I don't know how you get your favorite day listed on the calendar. You probably have to pay money, but in September, we have all these crazy funny holidays that we can celebrate. So let's check this out. Hold on 1 second here. I think I can do that. Okay, great. So early September, what are we on? We are on September 15th. So these are days that are being celebrated, or we're actually on the 17th, right? We passed the 50th. Today's Constitution Day, which that makes sense, right? And then we have also International. Now I want you to listen to all these because you have to pick your favorite of the ones that I'm going to list, all right? And I'll probably get so I'll do the 17th and then maybe the 16th and the 18th, one on each side. So these are reasons to celebrate. Tell me what your favorite one is. International, we had Constitution Day, good one. International Country Music Day. International Patient Safety Day. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but okay. National Apple Dumpling Day. Again, I don't know how you get your day on this list, but it is possible. National IT Professionals. So that's like computer people. We need those people, right? That might be up there on my list of favorites. And National Pet Bird Day. So if you any of these ring a bell and you really like it, add that comment in the chat. Now let's go to the 18th. International Equal Pay Day. That's nice, right? We all like to get paid the same for doing the same amount. Locate an Old Friend Day, National Cheeseburger Day, and also Rice Krispie Treat Day. So do any of those sound good to you? And then I'll go back to yesterday, Monday. Collect Rocks Day. Again, I don't know how you get on this list. National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day, National Guacamole Day, National Play-Doh Day. So you've got a lot to pick from there. Pick one of those that sound good to you and add your comment in the chat. I'm kind of the IT person here at the office. I'm not trained for IT. IT is like the computers working together and keeping everything running. So I'm kind of in charge of that. So I'm going to vote for National IT Professional Day. But you get to pick whichever one you like. Some of the other ones were great, but I appreciate the people who can fix computers and network and make them all work together. We really count on them, right? So I hope you had one of those days that you like. Let's see. We're going to move on, and I'm going to head over to the table here, and let's do some die cutting, right? That's what we're here for, to have a little bit of fun. So let's go check it out. Get my camera's flipped over there. And that's looking a little bit dark. I'm going to have to fix that when we get there. Hang on, I'll be right over at the table. So I fix up a couple things here, which is nice. I can use the same mic wherever I go, so that helps a lot. And so I don't have to switch over mics, so that's one less time I can mess up. And I should be able to keep the cameras going, right, without messing up. So both of my lights are on here. Let's see. I can try to get a little more light onto our machine. Hang on one second. It looks a little brighter. Okay, that should help us out. Okay, let's move that over. All right, so again, just 2 dies. We'll just do a couple combinations here, see what we could come up with. One other thing that I like to mention to you is the adhesive foam. Now, I told you we want to definitely put, I won't do it now just to save time, but you want to add, for these little dies like this, word dies, you want to add the adhesive sheets to the back of this when you cut it. Will help you out a lot, save you a lot of time later and a lot of frustration, because when you are having this real fine word cut out here and you don't have adhesive on it already, you can do it, but it's a challenge to get the adhesive on there. So you want to use the adhesive paper, saves you later. So here we have our 2 dies, and we'll run it through a couple different times. Let's see, let's try this red and see what we come up with here. I do have some glitter. We'll have to do some glitter here too to give it a little extra fun look. So I'm running the shadow and the word die through at the same time. That will cut this out for us. I won't even have to go all the way through. We'll just go this little bit and bring it back. And that should cut that out. Whoop, what did I do? See, rookie mistake. These dies, if you want to be able to die cut, this was the incorrect way to do it. I had the dies upside down. So if this ever happens to you, if you run it through the machine and it doesn't cut, it just embosses, it's because you might have put your dies the wrong way. I did that. Rookie mistake. So see, you got to put the blades face down or it's not going to cut. I am off to a terrible start here. I thought I was getting better with my die cutting here over the last few months, but every once in a while, something crazy like that happens. All right, this should be better. All right, not embossed this time now. The words are cut out. And you just pop out all those little extras there. And you'll see how kind of thin this is. This is like a shadow. We can't really use that. You pop out all the extra pieces, and there you have your word, your Happy New Year. Make sure you can see that. And it looks real nice, but that would be hard to get adhesive on, right? So that is why you, ahead of time, you want to put the adhesive sheet. So that will save you a lot of extra work. So I've got that. Now I would like to get the shadow to go around this. It'll make it stand out a little bit. I need some kind of light color. So let's go ahead and try this white. That should stand out next to the red. Yeah, that will look good. So we'll do that. I've got my blade down this time. And let's run this through here. This will give us the shadow, kind of like a background, right? It'll make the letters stand out a little bit. And again, this is just a choice you can make. If you want to do shadows, great. If you don't have to. Okay, there's that. And so say I was going to put this on a pink card like that. Where's my words? And this would just layer. Make sure I get it lined up the right way. That would layer on top of that. And that would be a nice combination, right? The pink and the white and the red. Nice contrast, kind of will stand out. You could also add it to something like a blue card like this. That looks good as well. Let's do one other thing. Let's try the background one more time, but let's try to do this with some of this sparkly glitter paper and see what happens real quick. Let's do the word, and we've got to have this around there to cut it out. I think it'll be a little more exciting. I'm using some scrap paper here that I've been saving up just for something like this, and this should fit just fine. Whoops, sorry about that. I hit my camera. All right, let's run that through now. Lined up there. Okay, great. And just like with, I was recommending on the other die cut run that we had done that, I recommend the adhesive sheets for this, again, with these fine words. So that's just going to pop out there. And this paper is a little thicker, so we'll have to work with that just a little bit more. Should all come out. There we go. You have to be a little careful because you don't want to tear it. I'll make sure I get all these little edges cut real nice, or removed. Oh, almost got it. And I don't want to tear it, so I'm going to be a little extra careful here. That should come out of there. Almost got it. And this one, actually, I did have adhesive on the back already, so that would be nice. You can see that's on there. That's why I was holding up a little bit. I forgot I'd put adhesive on that. And then you've got your little extra pieces in here. You can pop those out. All right, and that's kind of sticky there, or we can peel off our adhesive sheet on here. Let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully that will come right off. So you see how this just peels off of there? Nice. And just go slow so you don't get any tearing. And this will all be sticky and ready to go, which will be really nice. That off of there. Awesome. That's looking good. And just to give you an idea, you could just, I won't cut out the background, the shadow, but there you have a nice standing out word there with that glitter. You can just see the difference. I also have like gold here you could use. I have some of our pearl papers, lots of different things you could do with that, but it's nice to have that. And with that adhesive, it was on the center. You can see how it's just holding already. I didn't have to use a runner or anything to put it on there. So there's a couple options, all right, with that one. That's the Happy New Year from November of 2020. It's the Funky Bold version. So before you know it, New Year's will be here. So it's not too soon to start thinking ahead. If you're, of course, I'm sure everybody has fall and Halloween and Christmas cards on their minds right now. But before you know it, it will be 2025, if you can believe that. 2025 will be here soon. So that would be a great die set to get ready for the upcoming new year. If you have any numbers, you can add it with it. Did I get that right? Yes. So great. I hope you guys like that. Easy one to use. And it's a fun one that you'll want to use. If you have it already, get that ready for the upcoming new year. And if you don't have it yet, you want to get it, that is available on the Stamps of Life website. It's the funky, bold, Happy New Year die set. All right, let's see next. Let me find our next item. Oops. It is a, nope. Here we go. This is the Stamps of Life Square Flourish die set, and it's really nice. It has some fun designs, kind of like a doily look a little bit, but I'll show you a couple card samples here. And this is also, from November of 2020. This was originally released. I have a couple samples to share with you. This is available on the website. It's, again, one of those intricate dies, so if you're going to use it, you might want to use the adhesive sheets. If you haven't used the adhesive sheets yet, I just highly recommend them. If you have them already, you know how much wonderful, easier they make life. Let's go ahead and take a look at these over at my little table here. And here we go. So here's a joy. This looks kind of Christmassy themed, right? It has the nice cranberry and green colors on there. The background on that is, oh gosh, what is that stamp set? I think it might say on here. Let me see. The wood grain to stamp. If you like that background, it's a big 4x6 stamp set, roughly, and it'll make that nice background for you. And you can also see how the designer has used the adhesive, just pops it up and gives a little extra depth to your card. For me, some of my cards end up looking a little bit flat some of the time, and I like them to be a little more, let me see if I can get in everything. I like my cards to have a little more depth, and to me it adds interest when you pop up and extend the cards a little bit. So I kind of like that, using the adhesive foam. You can do that with some of your die cuts on the front. There's that one. And I really like this one a lot. Nice contrast between the blue and the white. And a hello card. And then we have a slim line. And so now here's the blue and the white in opposite. So now you're on a white background with the blue flourishes. So this is a really beautiful die set. Let's look on the website at what we have there. There we go. Okay, we are looking for, there's a Square Flourish. Should be able to get on there. Great. See if this will work. Also, I'm not sure it will, but we'll try. We'll just do 2 overlays at once. No, I can't do that. Okay, so this is on the Stamps of Life website from November 20. Again, 2 dies, and then you can scroll through here and look at some of the samples. There's a fun way to decorate your bag up a little bit. And let's see if I can scoot that over just a tad. And where's my little arrow? Oh, there it is. It's way over there. I don't know why it's out of alignment like that. Okay, that's what you get. You get the background for that, and then a little flourish. And you can use them together or by themselves, different things you can do with this. There's kind of like an embossed look. That's kind of fun, something different, right? And as a pop-up, wow, that almost looks like it's floating. Can you see down in here, there is some acetate they've used. The designer put some acetate there. And it makes it really look like that card's floating, huh? That's pretty awesome. I like that. Fun to see different ideas and how people think different ways, right? To be creative is really fun. And ideas from other people are even more fun because that's one of the things that I have a hard time doing is coming up with ideas. But if I can get a starting point that somebody else has set up for me, it helps me a lot. So I don't know if you're like that, but that's how I am. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling through this. It's just a variety of things you can do with this die set, right? Here it is just on an A2 card front. And we saw that card here, right here with me, and that one as well. So a bunch of different fun ideas there on the Stamps of Life website that you might like. Let's see, I think I have a question for this section. We don't want to look at our emails, no. Let's see, fun facts for September. We're in September, so I was thinking, hey, what's going on this month? What's important about September? So let me see. One of the things I noticed was September, it says it means from the Roman word, it comes from septem, which actually means 7. So September used to be the 7th month of the year if you were on a Roman calendar. I didn't know that until I looked up these fun facts. So that was something I learned about the month of September. That it is, in the Romans, it was their 7th month. On the Roman calendar, if we're on the Gregorian calendar, so now it's the 9th month, right? September, let's see, out of all 12 months, this is a funny one. September is spelled with the most letters, and it also contains 9 letters. So it matches 9 letters with the 9 months. So that's an interesting fact. It says none of the other months have the same amount. So like if you were to go to May, same amount of letters. So May would be the 5th month, but there's only 3 letters in May, right? Does that make sense? So September has 9 letters, and it's also the 9th month. In September, we have the harvest moon. You probably all heard of that. It says when you gaze at the harvest moon, it looks very large. And it's because it says the moon is closest to the earth at that time of year. So for us here in fall, that happens. And if you're in spring, like if you're down in Australia or something, you would have your harvest moon at that time of the year. So interesting. We said Constitution Day. It says there are more pop and classic songs with the word September in the title more than any other month. Isn't that interesting? So I only can think of one song that I know of with September in it. That's the Earth, Wind, and Fire song. I like that song. I think back in the 70s, right? Going way back in time. But there must be some other songs with Earth, Wind, or with the word September in it. Maybe you know one. If you know one, add in the chat. That was the only one that I knew. Let's see, what else? We all know Labor Day comes in September, and there's a couple other funny ones. There's National Grandparent Day. That must have passed already, and nobody told me Happy Grandparent Day, but if you're a grandparent, Happy Grandparent Day to you. There's also National Cheese Pizza Day and National Drink Beer Day. That's a good combination, I guess, for some people, pizza and cheese. Let's see, what else? Famous people born in September: Adam Sandler, Bill Murray, Bruce Springsteen, Queen Elizabeth, Sophia Loren. Let's see, and the birthstone for September, does anybody know that? It's a sapphire. It symbolizes intuition, clarity of thought, peacefulness, as well as loyalty and trust. I never knew that a stone could mean so much. Barbara's got a son with a happy birthday. All right, happy birthday to your son, Barbara. Awesome. Hi, Donna. Hi, Dawn. Carol, I see you're still there. Janet and Jane. Oops. What's going on? Does Sandy need some prayer? Sandy, I didn't see your prayer request, so if you post that again or in the comments section down below, I'll see it after the video. So if anybody needs prayer, I can't keep up with all the chat, so post it in the comments section below. Right after this video ends, this will get posted. So we would love to pray for you, and we'll be happy to do that. So there's a few fun facts for September. Let's see what we can do with this die set. All right, let's head over to our die cutting station. We'll have one more item after this. Our Fold It. Whoops, got the wrong camera. There we go. Okay, again, 2 dies, and Again, this is a super intricate one. You might want to use adhesive sheets. And I think we will take the two dies to cut out both at the same time. And let's see what happens here. There's our dies. Now, what was I doing before? Okay, I had an idea here. Let's get some white paper again. And we're going to go ahead and run that through our machine face down. So we've got that right this time. And we'll run that through here. There we go. Okay. This is easy. We don't have to go all the way through. Just one time there. And that should pop out. Now, this is going to be fine when you go to peel it. It's going to take a little extra work so you can see how it has cut. But we've got to get this big ring around the outside of it. So it will take a bit of time here. Just going to kind of peel those back, these edges. And there are going to be lots of little extras that you'll want to take off here. So that's coming off nice so far. And you have to be gentle with these little leaves. I'll call them leaves or designs. Just kind of keep working around there. Hope I'm not putting you to sleep with this, but I have to be kind of careful with this or I do know they'll tear. So now we're getting kind of towards the inside, the center here. And that should start to come off of that. There we go. In progress. This cardstock's pretty thick, so it should hold together pretty nice. And let's see if we can get that. Almost. Does take a little extra work, see? And you can see how thin some of these parts of the die are, that they would tear if I went too crazy with it. All right. I'm right to the center. See how that came out. Oh, now come on. Don't tear on me now. We got this far. Oh, that one was holding on there a bit. All right, there we go. Just about got it. I cut this yesterday. I didn't realize it took me so long to peel this apart, but it does take a little extra work. That one. Okay, just about got it. Little pieces holding on here and there. There we go. One more. All right, so that comes out really nice. And you could add it to a front of a card like this. Of course, if you get a bunch of them, you can layer them. And maybe you want to add a little bit of extra color to it. You can do some of your blending brushes on there. You could add a couple here on the front. It'd be a nice card front. I also, yesterday, I ran it through ahead of time. And I did some different backgrounds. So you could get a different color for your back. And maybe a light color for the front, or you could do it vice versa, right? We saw those cards where they use, this is a blue and white option. You could do blue here, and you could have it on a white card, and it's going to really stand out really sharp. And let's see, so if I had this, and I was going on a card like this, nice combinations, right? So you can mix and match with that one. Again, little intricate. It's going to take a little extra time to work with, but fun and easy and very decorative. And I'm not sure how to do it, but let's see if we can get the embossing option. I didn't test this yesterday, so I'm going to see what happens. So here I have just the die without the outside piece. I'm going to run it on just to see what happens. Run this on this cardstock. I think it's going to emboss it and not cut it out. Let's find out. Because I did see that one card sample where it really looked like it was embossed on the card, and I thought that looked nice. Something different. Let's go ahead and run that through there and see what we get. And yes, you can see how it has kind of done some, I think that's different than what I expected. Maybe if we do, no, that wouldn't work either. But anyhow, you can see how it has not cut all the way through, but it has cut into the cardstock. You can make a nice pattern out of that as well on a card front. How to get it to like have that embossed look, I'm not sure how the designer did that, but this is the result when I just ran it through with this without the outside die. So you can have that kind of imprinted onto your card, perhaps, or you, of course, come out with the full cut of the die and you can add a background to it. And it's a very nice design. All right. Let's head back over here. We are moving on to our Gnome Fold-it. Gnomes are popular. Let me see. All right, great. Here we are. Gnomes. Let's find my gnome slide here. It'd be right around there. There we go. This is also November of 2020. And I know perhaps many of you have this one because it was super popular when we sold it. So if you have it down at the bottom of your drawer, what's great about the gnomes is you can use them for like any time of the year. This gnome comes with a bunch of different dies. I see there's a flower in there, a pumpkin, a heart, a gift. So you can see that for a bunch of different seasons, this is going to be a valuable one. We have fall coming up. We have Christmas coming up. We have Valentine's coming up. So many ways you can use this one, right? Let's take a look at it on the website. Did I miss a question from that last section? No. I did get that great. Our September fun facts. Where are the gnomes? There they are. Let's switch over to that. I keep grabbing the wrong one there. Where are we? There we go. Okay, the Gnome Fold-it comes with 18 dies, so you get quite a lot in this. 18 dies. Very nice. And it will make an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. It comes with all these little extra pieces, but you get to mix and match. You can use them when you want, and you can. I'll show you some of the samples. You can use it with all of these little extra dies or without. Or maybe you have some dies that you already have that you could add to your gnome to decorate them and add that little extra special touch. So you could do that yourself. Let's go through these samples here. There's all the dies you get. Again, there's an egg, so Easter. We have a sun, a heart, pumpkin, a gift, which could be used as birthday or Christmas, right? And then a flower. So very versatile die set. You can do a lot with this one. Look at these samples. This is combined with we have a mushroom fold-it also on our website. So there's a combo. There is kind of a fall themed, harvest theme, right? Coming up, harvest. There is our kind of like a Valentine's gnome with some glasses. Oh, gnome. Great. A hello card, kind of spring look, right? See, it's just a super versatile one. Easter. And there we're back to Valentine's Day. I had a lot of samples here. Stephanie has a video that's gone way back in time. And this is on the Stamps of Life website. And then if you scroll down, you see all the extras. We have a gnomette, which is a girl gnome. And then we have stamps and dies that go along with the gnomes and a mushroom fold-it. So you can find all that right on the same page there all together. But this one, again, is from November of 2020. And I think a lot of you have it. If you don't have it, just type in gnome when you go on the Stamps of Life website. You'll find it. Let's take a look at these samples I have here with me. And these are some fun, nice ones. Let me switch over my cameras real quick. I did have a question. I have a question for you about gnomes. We did gnomes a while ago, so I had to think of something different. And gnomes are supposed to be super popular. So I said, there must be some movies about gnomes, right? Have you ever watched a movie that you remember had gnomes in it? Here are some of the options that I found. I don't think I've heard of any of these. So for gnomes being so popular, they have not made very many good movies. At least I don't remember any of these. So if you remember any of these movies, say, oh yeah, I remember this one, Ken, or I watched it. Add that into the chat. I'm not sure that you're going to recognize any of these. So here, I'm going to give you the titles. And some of them are like plays on other things with the word gnome added into it. The first one, now this is a place where they collect all the names of movies. The first one is Sherlock Gnomes. Have you seen that one? And it's a PG from 2018. Then there is Gnome Alone, which kind of sounds like Home Alone. That is from 2017. That's animated. The Gnome Mobile, that's going way back to 1967. That's a year before I was even born. So did any of you see that gnome movie way back there? 1990, a gnome named Norm. A gnome named Norm is the name of the movie. 1990. Thankfully, all these are PG so far. Oh, or G. David the Gnome. Never heard of a gnome named David. That is a series from 1985 to 1987. I don't remember that. It looks like it was animated. Scary one. Now we're getting to the scary ones. Gnome Alone again, but this time it's rated R. That looks kind of scary. And then 1980, we have a Gnomes movie. And then 2018, Tech Gnomes. 2022, just Gnomes. Most of this is animated. Gnomes of Dulwich, Gnomes and Trolls, The Secret Chamber. I don't know. Have any of you ever heard of any of these? Okay, let's see. Carolyn says Gnome Mobile. Yes. Carolyn Gaskell also. Yes, she says she knows that one. Who else? Are those the smaller size pieces that the Bear Fold-it can hold? Carolyn's asking. I think if you're asking about the pieces with the gnome, I think it would work with that. Most of the items Stephanie makes, they mix and match. So it's a good chance the dies from this gnome set could be used with other items, especially if it's a folded card. It might not work with the smaller, like our normal size, like Die Hard Club dies. Those are smaller size, but any of the A2 fold-it with characters, I think it would work. Frank and Sharon say Gnome Mobile was a cute Disney movie. Great. Barbara says, nope, I never heard of any of these. Gnome and Juliet, 2011. See, I don't remember that one. Bruce says, no, I can't think of any. Yeah, I did not watch any of these. Oh, there's another creepy one, Blood Gnome. Yikes. So these R-rated ones. I always think of gnomes like in a positive way. I guess they're supposed to be mischievous or something like that, but I kind of think of them in as a good way. So the rated R ones, I'm going to pass on those. Let's see. Here we go. Let's get that set up, and I'll show you the samples I have here today. Sorry about my camera kind of changing colors here and there when I'm on the main camera. I don't know what I did, but I did some different setting. So these might be cards that we saw on the website, but they're fun. That's a slim line. I'll show you all the slim lines here first. That is a horizontal slim line. That's a fun way to use that. Again, this is a super popular collection that you will find on our website. People love gnomes. We have sold a lot of gnomes in the past. Here it is with lots of the pieces that were included in this set, the pumpkin, the flower. So you can kind of see how he fits on, with those extra pieces fit on the character. And here we go, kind of a fall themed one again, or harvesty. We have the Easter. We saw this on the website as well. So again, you have the option with the fold-its, right? You can do the fold on the side, right? Or you can do the, oops, that's on a side one also. Let's see if we have the top here. Or we have the top. That's the fold on the top, right? So you have two different options there. And Stephanie's trying to call me right now, you guys. So I will have to call her back in a couple minutes. She must not be watching. I'm sure she's very busy at HSM, but can't tune in to watch Take Two Tuesday with us. But I thought she might know that we're live right now. So after I'm done here, I'll have to check in with her. Kind of a Christmassy themed, right? That mushroom looks like a little Christmas tree maybe. And one more Christmas gnome. We have lots of options. That gnome is combined with our Christmas tree fold. And I think we'll have that. I think we did that Christmas tree, right? On a few, maybe a month ago or so. I think we did that on one of our episodes here. Okay, let's check it out. Again, look at all these dies, 18 total. I'll show you real quick how to make a fold it, and then you're going to want to get your Bible if you're going to hang out with us for the Good News segment, and we will be in Matthew 6. So there's the little extras you get there. We have those. It comes with the main piece and a shadow. And there's our gnome with a bunch of extra goodie dies that you get. So you get a lot with this one. Let's go over again, do some die cutting here. And this, again, our fold-its are super easy to use. And I'm just going to show you, we haven't done just a plain fold-it card for some time. So I'm going to just show you the basics. And I think Stephanie spoke about this on HSN today when she was talking about, which fold-it was she talking about there? Oh, the coffee cup. So that is a really nice one I saw on HSN today. This die here is going to do the majority of the work. This is all decorative for your gnome. You could paper piece with that, with all these little extra pieces here. But this die is going to do the majority of your work. And I know Stephanie mentioned on the HSM broadcast earlier that you're looking for, you can do your fold of your cardstock here on the top or on the side, and the dies are going to have little words that it says fold here or fold here. That'll be listed right at the top. Of course, your die has to go face down, right? And let's see, let me find some cardstock here. I have lots of this red, so we're going to have a red gnome today. I'm going to take this cardstock and I just fold it in half. Again, this is super, super easy. A nice fold on there. And I want to, if you're new to fold-its, they are super easy. They're a shaped card that is A2 in size, but again, super, super easy to create. So here on our die, it would say up at the top, it says fold, have the fold here. Your fold of your cardstock needs to come just a little bit under the die. This is going to cut the base of our card. So let's do that. I like to have these at just a slight angle when we go through. That helps us avoid the speed bumps and make sure we get nice, clean cuts. I've been doing so much die cutting here lately. Some of my cutting pads are starting to get a little warped, so I'm going to have to make sure I start balancing that out and flipping them over here and there. You know how they start to get all bowed. This one doesn't look too bad, but it did feel kind of crazy. So this would be the base of our card. Easy. Looking good so far, right? Problem is we have that straight line at the top, and that looks weird. We wouldn't want our gnome just to have a straight top like that. So we have to run this through one more time. This time, I don't think that's going to fit on there. I'll have to get a new sheet of cardstock. I can use this one here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same die, but this time, instead of worrying about a fold, we just need to add this right here on the top. So we're going to do that. And we are making an A2 fold-it gnome card. And we're just doing the base right now, just to show you how easy the fold-its are. I run that through. Now I have my gnome, and look, he has a nice hat now, right? It's not cut off. Remember how this one, he's got that straight angle at the top because that's where our fold is, right? That creates the fold. We're just going to take this one and add it to the top. So let's get some adhesive. And we can add the adhesive right on there. Let's see, make sure I have that the right way. And that is, try to get that lined up right. Add some adhesive to, this would be the front of the card now. I'm going to show you one of the samples again. So here I have the base. I have that line there. I want that to disappear. So when I add this to the front of the card as the card front, now my gnome, his hat is straight, or not straight. He's got the nice curve there, how it should look. And then it would open up like that. Let me find one of the samples again real quick. See how easy that was, and quick and fast to make. Super easy gnomes. Here's the same idea. Again with the fold on the top. This is the one we just made. Look how you could decorate and color and make them look so nice. Opens up on the top. That's what friends are spore. I guess thinking of a mushroom theme there. You can decorate and color if you're really good at coloring. We also have the dies that will allow you to paper piece and do a lot of that. So you don't have to do as much coloring and inking if you don't want. A couple different options. If you wanted to, you could also have the fold on the side. Let me find one of those that had that fold on the side so I can show you one more time. That's top, that's top. Top, top, top. Now that I want to, there we go. So I just showed you that fold on the top. Well, here is the fold on the, and here's a paper piece with just a little bit of coloring and some pattern paper used in there. This opens on the side. So different options with the Gnome Fold-it side fold or a top fold. All right. I hope you guys like that. It's on the Stamps Alive website. That was the easiest one I think we used of all three, correct? The intricate die with the flourish took a little more time, and you had to be a little more careful or it's going to tear. And then you also have the word die, which was nice, but it was a little bit more intricate, not as intricate as the flourish, but compared to the gnome, it took a little bit extra work. And so a good variety. We saw a good variety of items today, and that's what we're kind of trying to take a look at, having the variety on. Oh, here is this. I wanted to show you this. This is Stephanie's schedule for today. So if you're watching, let's see if that all shows up. If these are the times, the evening time, if you want to see Stephanie tonight on HSN. Oh, let me switch that over. Oh, I think you can see that. Evening, 4 p.m. on Pacific, she'll be on there. 5 p.m. if you're on Mountain Time, 6 on Central, and 7 p.m. on the East Coast. So that's coming up later on today. You can catch Stephanie there, okay? I hope you will watch and support her. She loves to have people view when she goes on HSN. It means a lot. We hope to get invited back, and the more items we sell there and the more interest we get in the Stamps of Life, the more likely we will be able to again, present some items on there. So that will be fun. Okay, let's get our Bibles ready. Did I get my Bible verse in here? Yes, I did. Great. Matthew chapter 6. Matthew chapter 6. We are in our good news segment now. I hope you're following along. It's good we're going on a pace where if you're just reading one chapter a week, that is easy to do, right? So even if you were to get behind, you can easily catch up, and it just takes a few minutes to read a chapter, right, in the Bible. So I'm using the YouVersion Bible app today. It's on my tablet. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. So it's not real fancy or anything. It'll just have all the print on there, and you just tap on there. It's all in red because that's Jesus' words. This version has Jesus' words in red, and I just picked Matthew 6, and it'll get us through our verses. So let's skim through it real quick. We are looking, so at the beginning of the chapter, so Jesus again is teaching this is called the Sermon on the Mount, which started in chapter 5. I think it goes all the way through 7, but we're right in the middle. This is one of his most famous teachings. I'm sure you've probably heard of it, and you probably have heard some of the verses that are in here. The first section is and there's another section where it talks about doing good works. That's great. God wants us to do those kind of things. But when we do them in order to get the approval or the praise of people, we'll get the praise and approval of people maybe, but that's it. As the Bible kind of says that if we're just looking to get approval from God, he's going to reward us in heaven for those things. So that's something to think about. Whenever we do good things, we don't have to go around and brag about them, right? Or boast about them. If people notice, that's fine. But when we go kind of unnoticed and do some good things in secret, God's going to reward us for those things. And then it also comes up a little bit later when it has a section on fasting also. So these guys he's talking kind of aiming some of this at the religious people who are trying to impress people. Well, they would go around and fasting like not eating, but they look all gloomy and sad. And so people will come up to them and go, hey, what's going on? And they'd say, oh, we're fasting because we're trying to get connected with God. That's fine. But they get their reward right then. Whereas God says he would reward you for fasting and seeking him and wanting to draw closer to him if you were just doing that, again, to get connected to God, not so people would notice you. So again, there's rewards for those kind of things that have eternal value. And that's what we're kind of going to talk about today is we want to get focused more on eternity rather than just the temporary things here in life. So we want to figure out how we can do that. And a lot of this chapter has to do with that. Then we talked about a few months ago, the prayer that Jesus gave his disciples to kind of gave them an outline. You could pray this prayer, the model prayer, starting in verse 5, and it's the Our Father in Heaven prayer. So you could pray this prayer if you mean it from your heart. If it's just something where it's just a routine and we just say it just to say it, then it really loses its power and effect. But I really think it gives us a good outline of how we can pray, praising God, asking God to help us, to lead us, direct us. So that's all in there. And then we go on to, we talked about the fasting. The eye lets in a lot of things into our hearts, into our soul. So we have to be careful with what we view. I know there's a passage in the Bible where it says, like seek after good things, things that will benefit you, build you up, edify you. And so we have to be careful what we allow into our lives through our eye. So we can let good things in, and we can also let negative, bad things in. So be careful. It says the eye is kind of the has access to our whole soul, our whole being. It has an impact on what we look at. So be careful with that. And then it says you can't serve God. And in this case, it says riches or mammon or money. But you can't have two gods, basically, is what it's saying. God wants to be number one. We talked about that back in the 10 Commandments, right? When we went through the 10 Commandments, that God says you're not to have any other gods, or nothing's even to, rival. And so we have to be careful about that. We want to serve the Lord and not serve the things that are here on earth. We don't want them to become our God, to dominate our lives. We want God to be the one who's number one in our lives. And then it ends up with not to worry. And that's a real important passage. God says he'll take care of us and he'll provide for all of our needs. So we don't have to worry, right? We can trust that God will take care of us. So now I want to go back a little bit into the middle of this. And this is the area that we're looking at. And it's back to verse 19. You go back to verse 19. It says, do not lay up for yourselves treasure on earth where moth and rust destroy and where the thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, and where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So as I was looking through this whole chapter, I was looking for ways how this all kind of, to me, I saw there were a lot of connections between everything that Jesus was teaching here. Everything that Jesus was teaching and this particular passage. So I wanted to kind of just focus on it for just a minute. So we are supposed to think, we really want to think much more in an eternal perspective, a heavenly perspective, rather than just temporary. So it says, my question was for us is, where is my heart and what do I value as being really important? What has most of my attention? And so each of us, we want to ask that question of ourselves. What has the attention of my heart, of my life? What do I spend a lot of time focusing on? Will these things that we focus on, will they have eternal or temporal value? Are they just temporary? Like life goes by really fast, right? It does go really fast. And so our number of years, our days, our weeks, our months, our years here on earth go by quick. But eternity to be spent with God is going to last forever. And our minds can't quite conceive how much time that is, but forever is a much longer time than the years that we'll have here on earth. So it's very important that we think about that. What has eternal value? The things that I think about when it comes to eternal value are people. So the people that God puts in our lives, they are going to live on to eternity. They can either live with God or be separated from God. I'm sorry. So we want the people around us to have a connection with God, that when it comes to eternity, that they're going to be with God. So people are super valuable when it comes to eternal issues. That was the first thing I thought about. So we know we are supposed to love people, and we are supposed to share the gospel with people, the gospel being the good news of what Jesus has done for us. The plan that we talk about often, how God loves us and cares about us. He has good plans for us as long as we're wanting to seek him. And even if we're in a stage of life where maybe we're going after the things of this earth a little more than the things of God, he's still going to work in our lives to get our attention. He wants us to be a part of his family. So I always want to remind you guys of that God does love you, no matter what you've done or what you're up to now. If you're separated from God, if you're not pursuing him, he's calling you back. That's why we're doing this right now, because he's calling you back. He wants you to be a part of his family. If you're already a part of the family of God, great. Maintain that connection. You want to have that be something where you're storing up treasures in heaven. Well, how can we do that? We can serve God here, right? Our good works, if we're not trying to get the approval of men, we will get rewarded in heaven for that. Did you know that? Any good things that you do for God and for God's kingdom here on earth, when you get to heaven, you will one day be rewarded for that. And there are Bible verses where it talks about your standing, your position in heaven. You're going to be happy to be there no matter what. To be with God, to be with Jesus in heaven is going to be awesome. But there are some rewards that for all of eternity, what you did here in this life for God, you're going to be rewarded for that in heaven. That's when I really think about that. I go, why do I spend time thinking about or wasting time on some of these things that are temporary, when if I focused on some things, doing what God wants me to do now, serving him, these would be rewarded for all of eternity. And I would be blessed by whatever I did here on earth for God and his kingdom, because he said he's going to reward me. But I really struggle with this. I find myself a lot of the time just getting caught up in the things of this world and spending too much time on them, worrying about things, or forgetting to pray, or not loving people. All these different things, the things of this world can really crowd us out. Maybe I'm spending extra time reading a newspaper when I could spend a little more time reading my Bible, or, just different things like that. Why do I get caught up in the things of this world? And I spend more time on them thinking about the things here. Now, again, we have to live our lives, and we have to function and, get through this life and live it to the best of our ability. But when God says he's going to reward us for all of eternity based on what we did for him, how we obeyed him, followed him, that's a really important issue, right? And then the last thing I was thinking about, as far as things that last forever, is our souls, our spirits. That's the real us. Our body, the outside part, is not going to last forever. But the real us, the soul, the inside, the part of me you can't see, or the part of you can't see, that part that's thinking, that part that senses a connection to God, that is going to live for all of eternity. So it's very, very important that we feed our spirits, we nourish them, take care of them. Like we'll sit down and maybe have a meal 2 or 3 times a day. We take care of our bodies, but it's important also that we nourish our spirits. And I think we can do that through worship, praising God, again, being in his word, talking with other Christians, having fellowship, going to church, being connected to the church. We're a body and we're all to be together, and we need each other, right? If a part of the body is missing, something's wrong. It's not going to work or function properly. So we want to remain connected with believers. We want to encourage each other. These are all things that will benefit the soul. So think about those things. I think for eternal, there's rewards, things that will last forever, rewards based on what we did here. There are people that we know and love that are around us. We want to see them in heaven. They can live on eternally with God. So we're putting our treasures in heaven. And then, of course, our own souls, our spirits. We want to end up being with Jesus and to be a part of his kingdom for all of eternity. These are super important things, right? So let's not get caught up in pursuing or building up treasures on earth. Sometimes the things on earth seem like they're important or valuable to us, but you can see, that, let me see if I can switch that back off. But it's really, really important to be, connected with Jesus and to be a part of his kingdom. Sorry, I didn't have my face on there, but I think the Bible verse was more important than what you would see me saying. But it's very, very awesome for us just to remain connected to God, and keep that perspective where we're thinking about eternal things, right? All right, I hope you enjoyed that. That was Matthew chapter 6. If you want to keep on reading through Matthew chapter 7 next week, that will be great. And we'll keep going through our good news segment. Check out the website for the items we just talked about today. We'll have Stephanie's Crafting Corner coming up on Thursday. Stephanie's going to be on in a little bit, just a few hours, I think, again on HSN, so you can watch for that. And I want all of you to have a great, wonderful rest of the day. Okay, thanks for joining me today. And I hope you had fun looking at these Stamps of Life items and also just sharing some time together. Let me see if there's anything on the chat. Again, if you're joining in, make sure that you add comments down below. We'd love to hear from you if you're late, if you didn't get to watch live. And if you have any prayer requests, please add those down there. We'll check those out and watch them, and we will pray for you. So we do watch for that. We know it's important. All right. Thank you again. Keep having a blessed day. Enjoy your life, right? That's what we should do. Let's have a joyful day and be grateful and content and just experience all the blessings, whether we're crafting or working or with our family, or maybe we have some alone time. Let's just live life to the fullest. That's what we can do. All right. I will see you next week for Take Two Tuesday. I'll be on Thursday for Crafting Corner, and at least you'll hear my voice. Maybe I'll get a camera someday there. We'll see. All right. I'm out of here. Take care, and I'll see you next week.